Hi everyone,
Hello.
welcome back to episode 7.
Episode 7.
Wowee.
It's a lot of episodes.
Well done for making it this far. I know we've said that pretty much every
episode.
episode.
But I think at this point we're saying it to ourselves.
Yeah, we're just proud of ourselves.
So don't consider yourself that special.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
We're
to say.
actually congratulating ourselves.
Yeah.
We're really good at this. We're doing a really good job. Someone commented on one of our TikToks today and said, what do they say? Really, really exciting stuff. Really groundbreaking stuff,
Groundbreaking
guys.
content.
And I was like,
we'd like to personally thank you.
I found it really funny. I actually liked it. I was just like,
it is fun. I mean,
it is groundbreaking. It is groundbreaking stuff that we're solving here. So, how's your day been?
my day's been fine.
Yeah?
It's been fine. It's not been a great day. It's not been a bad day. It's been fine.
Fair enough. My day's been, pretty much the same.
Did I ask? Sorry.
Right, I'm just going to go then.
I mean, the point is I didn't ask.
So sorry, guys. I'm actually going to go home. I don't want to be here anymore.
More technical difficulties?
No. Right,
Sorry.
today...
I'm sorry. I am actually sorry. How was your day?
It was okay. Worse now.
Good.
Yeah. And you know what,
What's wrong
Josh?
with me? Yeah.
That was a big red flag of you. Right.
Was
there,
it?
Then.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Not asking me how my day was. Red flag.
That's actually true.
Yeah. You don't have any care about my well-being or my life. So today we're going to talk about red flags.
Oh.
Wonderful segue from me. We're going to talk about...
Yeah, that was really good.
We're going to talk about red flags and green flags. We're going to have differing opinions. I've just written down a load of silly things that I've found and thought of. And we're just going to say whether we think they're a red flag, why, and a green flag, and why.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of a different episode, but
Yeah.
I think it's still a fun topic to
we're just
talk
going to have
about.
a chat. This is just a chill episode, guys. This is
like we said last week, this is another episode after work. So it's going to be chill, fun.
another post-work episode.
I actually feel a bit more energized than I did last week.
I do not.
I think it's because last week we ate dinner and then we
And then
we
it was
you'd
late.
forgotten that bit, so then you had
it
to
was
go
late.
back.
It was like 8:30,
Yeah.
which is late when you wake up at like 6. It's fine.
Yeah.
Very
exactly.
late.
So
I feel so old.
oh my god, I got stuck in the worst traffic getting here. Like there was just like it was like gridlock. I was about to phone you and be like, I'm gonna be half an hour late.
Well, I'm not
for
surprised.
This.
It was peak rush hour.
It was awful. Don't come out of Reading. Disgusting.
No, bit gross.
Anyways.
Should we just start from the top of the list?
Yeah,
Bash
I quite
it
like
out?
this list.
What do you mean? What does this first one mean?
Having
I'm
a
confused.
small group of friends. Like you have like
Are people suggesting that's a red flag?
it's a flag. We decide.
It's a flag.
Yeah, we decide if it's red or green.
Well, it's
Currently,
neither. It just doesn't count.
No, because some people might be like, oh, you literally like don't have a big social circle. You're not very social, so you just don't.
I do forget that people date people just for their friendship group.
Yeah. People date for
Right, yeah,
status and socializing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So to not have a big social, also it could be if you don't have that many friends, are you going to rely on me for all of your social contact? And
Yeah,
I
fair
do
enough.
have friends,
Okay.
so then that's really stressful
Okay.
on me.
All right, I realise now my mistake.
Personally, I have 3 friends. So
Solid work.
So I have to say it's a green flag. Otherwise it's pretty embarrassing on my part. I
don't think it's a green flag. It's not like they've got a small group of friends. Yes, please. I don't see it as like a green flag. It's just a neutral tone
but what
flag.
if you're the type of partner that wants a lot of their attention, and if they're then splitting it between loads of different friends?
Okay, fine. But it can be a green flag. I'm just
Yeah.
saying for me, it's not necessarily a green flag.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not like a standout.
Josh, you're welcome to your opinion.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm doing this podcast, you nutter. Please. Anyway, I don't think it's a green flag specifically. I don't think it's a red flag.
Fair.
We need multiple flags. I can't be handling this two flag system. Can I just have a no flag zone?
It can be a white flag.
That's
When
just
that means
surrendering.
It can be beige flag. Have you been seeing the TikTok trend that's like, my boyfriend's beige flag is? And then they say something.
You know I don't have TikTok.
Red
sorry,
flag.
guys. Red flag.
Yeah, it's a real
Boring.
red
Don't have
flag.
TikTok. Oh.
You know, Josh.
What's a beige flag then?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. If I can name like a beige flag I have.
But what sort of, is it just like a...
Like it'll be like, they always do a certain thing, but it's not like a red flag, it's not a green flag, it's just like, they always...
A middle flag?
Yeah, so, but it's like...
Guys, I've stumbled upon a trend on my own.
My boyfriend's beige flag is he always says a catchphrase or something.
Is it usually like a good thing though?
Yeah, it's normally like a...
Is it like
it's
an
slightly
endearing,
cute,
like...
but
Okay,
it's
yeah,
not
okay.
like a green flag. It's just a bit strange of him. So I
Right.
saw this thing the other day that was like, my boyfriend always says bye room to every hotel room we leave. Like he whispers goodbye room. Not my boyfriend, specifically. Yeah.
Where's the cat? Man, why can't we have Pandora back in the room?
You miss Pandora.
I do miss Pandora.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you were
good
here in the
times.
first 2 episodes, we did have my lovely cat here.
Yeah. She's a good cat.
She's so fun. But yeah, she's back at home.
Anyway, small group of friends. For me, it's not a beige flag either because that seems something unique. It's just a thing, mate. It's just a thing. It's just like, that's cool.
I think you'd
Nice.
have to know the person a little bit more in detail, because if like they're really antisocial and that's why, or like they're rude and like, you know, when sometimes you know when you meet someone and like every friendship group they've ever been in has like imploded and it's like,
wonder why.
Yeah, and then you obviously buy into their story because you are a nice person and you take everyone at face value, and then a year or so down the line you're like, I get it
now. Yeah.
I understand. You're the problem.
Yeah.
So if they have no friends or like going between different friendship groups quite regularly, that could be seen as a red flag if you suddenly uncover things about their personality. But if they just want to keep themselves to themselves, have a small friendship group of people they genuinely like, and they know that they can trust, that's more fun than having 20 friends that you...
Yeah, 20 like non-meaningful. Like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I kind of get
I'm
you.
on board with that.
I kind of get you. I think from personal experience, I think small friendship groups are a green flag, because also I've had past relationships where the bigger the friendship group or the yearning to be part of the bigger friendship groups has been prioritized over me to an extent where I'm like the hangover Saturday or hangover Sunday, like most weekends. And that's not fair.
I think the small group of friends thing is like it's a cause and effect thing, right? It's not the main thing that is the red flag or the green flag. It's just subsequent of other things. Yeah. So I guess it can be like, you know, if you find out early on in the relationship that they just have a small friendship group and not a big one, you can be like, okay, so it could mean one thing or it could mean another. Like it's a sign of something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No online profiles. Now, you don't have a big social media presence, but you are on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I mean, I posted for the first time in like 7 years last year.
I know that photo that you put up on your story. I want you to post it.
Which one?
Your friend put it up and you reposted it. I thought it looked really good. I think you should post it.
The one was in Bruges.
You were walking down like some street. It looked really artsy.
Yeah.
I really liked it. You should post it.
Nah.
Yeah, loads of likes.
Nah. People don't need that. It's on my OnlyFans.
Oh.
I'm joking. No. But right. So, but still, no online profiles.
I think it's
not a flag. I'm going to say this to every single one. Not a flag.
I think that's I think most girls at least would say a guy having little to no social media is a green flag, because it means they're not following loads of OF models or Instagram content creators and stuff like that.
They're not just stalking people.
Yeah, they're not like there for loads of just like hot girls, which I do get, but also like I do have a brain rot, and all of that wonderful side of social media does have a special place in my heart. I love doom scrolling. It's fun.
Red flag.
Yeah, I know. Flag. That is a red flag.
It's not like a major red flag,
but
right?
it is a little. It's a little pink red.
It's such a
pink
problem.
Flag.
It's such a problem in today's society. Yeah. I'm a victim to it, obviously, but like, I don't know.
But then, what if I'm like, oh, I sent you these funny videos? So
see, that's cute. That's fine.
No, but my boyfriend has deleted his Instagram and he doesn't have TikTok, and I'll be like, I sent you these videos.
That's fine. It just means you need to sit down with him.
But what we do is we sit down like every other night, and I'll show him the couple videos that I've sent him. To be honest, it's not even every other night. I don't send him that many, but
wow, relationship over.
I know, right? No, I actually just don't really send anyone anymore. And if I do, I send them
in your own little hole.
I know, I know. And then if I do send them, I send them to like the 3 people I live with. So then if any of them then send it to each other, they'll be like, oh, Holly's already sent that to me. And I'm like, this is really awkward. I just only send it to those 3 and no one else.
Small friendship group. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yet
exactly.
Again. I think, right. So I think no online profiles. It's not a problem, is it? Really?
Well, okay, here's where the problem is.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Here's where the problem is. If I'm doing a lot of pointing with my scabby finger that doesn't have a nail on it. Like, look.
What? Oh, it does have a nail. I was like, what are you on about?
No, my fake nail's gone.
It doesn't have a fake nail on it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Heartbreaking.
No online
how'd you lose it?
I bit it off.
So it's your... Okay, right. Here we are.
You have to do it occasionally.
Yeah.
Anyways. Anyways. I think that was my sister's first word.
Abby's word was anyways.
Yeah, first word would be anyway.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what mine was.
No online profile. You're about to make a really profound point.
When you match with someone on like Tinder or Hinge or something like that.
Yeah.
So especially, I think Tinder, doesn't it like come up with their Instagram if they've linked it, or like you can follow it to their.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I haven't used it in like 2-3 years, but.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
I think it links to your Instagram, or you say they share their Instagram. You go on it and it says it has nothing. I would unmatch that person, or I used to. Because I'd be like, I don't know if you're a real person.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's nice to have at least like 3 or 4 photos, and they've got like some history to them as well. That I know this isn't like a catfish or a profile that's been created like yesterday.
It is an easy way of identifying someone. Mm-hmm. It's also a good way to meet someone. So once you met someone and stay connected, it's quite a good way to do that. I think also a lot of jobs nowadays in like the media sector, in marketing, rely on you knowing what's going on. Yeah. Right. So having a profile I mean, this is obviously not related to relationships, and I'm going to break off, but still.
No, I think that's still fair.
It is a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
Why am I saying that?
I think the thing I saw this with, like the comment that came with no social media profiles, it was like, have you got something to hide as well?
Yeah, okay.
And coming off as like, you don't show your life.
I think that's the problem with social media though, isn't it? You can always hide whatever you want. Mm-hmm. You can only post the things that you want to post. Yeah. So it's like...
Well, my ex, he would use the excuse that he didn't post online to not post me. And I was like, fine, whatever. And we'd be out and it'd be really pretty places and stuff, and he would never post on his story. And I think 2 years in, it did start to bother me a little bit, because I'd be like, you're like actively avoiding posting me at this point.
But had he posted at all?
No. So I was like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, it's fine. And then he posted like the most random photo of his friend. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, you did that. Like, maybe next time we go out for like a nice dinner, you post a story of me.
Us. Yeah.
Or us or whatever. And I think we were out for dinner at the time, but it definitely wasn't a dinner I was like dressed up nice for. So I wasn't talking about then.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I posted it because I wanted my friends to see. And I was like, that is crazy of you to say.
The reasoning.
Because you clearly then, you've just said you don't want your friends to see me. And bear in mind, this man, I think what also bothered me is behind like closed doors, he'd be like, I really want to show you off. And I'm like, you're not showing me off. So don't make that claim if you're not going to show me off. And then when we had this argument where I was like, well, you've posted your friend, blah, blah, blah. He then took out his phone, took a photo of me mid-conversation and posted it on his story. Fuming.
For context, I never liked this person.
Fuming.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, that's just...
dare you? So obviously I made him delete it, and then he was like, oh, but I have posted it.
Yeah.
So in my mind...
It's not... Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy.
I think... But no online profiles, just to round that bit off.
Mm-hmm.
For me, again, it's neither. For you, it's more of a green flag?
I don't actually know. I think personally, from my personal experiences, actually, it goes to a red flag. Just because of all of that, I'm like, I don't want that to be an excuse.
How about
but my boyfriend...
How about we separate that? So, no online profiles, neutral background.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't add someone off of like Tinder if they didn't have photos on there.
Okay, so still...
So I still think it's a little bit of a red flag. When initially dating... But like my boyfriend now, he doesn't have... Well, he has Instagram, but he doesn't post on it. He's deleted the app.
So he's just not active.
But he's not active, but he'll go on... What's really funny is he always downloads Instagram to like my Instagrams, and then he deletes it again.
Bless it.
So I have no issue with him not having Instagram or anything.
So I don't think we've got this one on there, but we're going to link on. How about has an online profile, posts a lot, but doesn't post the relationship? So like let's say, you know, it's all just posts, like it's just regular posts, right?
Always uploading to socials, but as in like anytime you go somewhere, they're just like the scenery, the thing, like they've got to take a picture of the meal first. Like how would I like doing that, but not at the detriment of enjoying the thing. And I take a photo, but I won't necessarily put on my story. I just like to have a little memory of the thing.
Yeah, I think it's completely fine.
I think that's fine. But I think if it was like your life was constantly posed for the story, that would be a bit annoying.
It's not great.
But yeah, to post loads, but you're never in them, massive red flag.
What if it's just to keep it private?
No, but right. So there's a difference between what is it? I think there's like a saying where it's like there's a difference between like private and hidden. And so if you were like completely out of all the shots, red flag. If like your arm is in it or like the back of you, like you're not explicitly in it, but it's clear that
it's obvious that there's a relationship there, right?
Yeah. So like for example, one of my first like hard launches of Matt. Actually, I think this was my first hard launch of Matt on social media, which obviously to my 400 followers, they were wilding about it. It was a photo of his hand on...
It's not a hard launch.
No, I know, exactly. It wasn't. He was tagged. But...
no,
this is what I mean. It wasn't really a hard... That's why I put it in quotations. I don't think it was really hard launch. It was fairly soft.
Okay.
But my first, like... This is actually my boyfriend moment was on like Valentine's Day. We were out for dinner and his hand was out and I'd taken a photo of the champagne glasses on the table and his hand was like in it and he was in like a suit. But so it was like very clear what the context of it was.
Well, it's Valentine's Day for a start.
Yeah, and we were at the Ritz. What a day.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, but it was like, so I was more doing it to show that I was at the Ritz on Valentine's Day. Like, I was being spoiled. But it was to...
Was it good?
Yeah, I had a great time. It was really nice.
Was the food nice though?
Yeah, the only thing bad was I took one step into the building and the heel of my shoe like snapped off. So I had these really high heels and one of them was like off, and I was like, right. So then I put, I think I had like oh no, I didn't have a headband. That was a different time of shoes broken. So then I think I ripped it off to like obviously walk, but then I'm walking around the Ritz like hobbling, going up and down because one's like way higher than the other, and they weren't even my shoes; they were my mum's. Whoopsies!
Oh dear.
But yeah.
But you had a good time.
Yeah, great time.
How far into the relationship were you?
So this was February, so we were like 3 months in. Nice. We started dating at the beginning of December, so just...
Yeah. That's 3 months.
No, it was like there's 2, because it's like, it's middle of Feb, so
yeah,
2.5.
Nice. Imagine if you turned around and went...
Yeah, I'm not really into this anymore.
Yeah, but when you were hobbling through this really expensive place that I just paid for, I'm all right. See you later.
I got the ick. I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
No. Red flag if he breaks up with you for that.
Fair.
But
yeah, this is what I mean. That wasn't. I wasn't outwardly throwing it in anyone's face.
Yeah.
Matt was there, but it was private, but it was very obvious the context and that I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
So I think if you're not showing any hint that you're with another person.
Yeah. If it looks like you're single.
Yeah, that's
got
a red flag.
Okay.
If you're presenting yourself online as single.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So if you do have an online presence.
And if they have then.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But if you have an online presence, but you're showing yourself as single.
Yeah. And I think if you're then like, if I was to then go to my partner and be like, you're presenting as single, and like, I just feel a little like upset, and I would just like, maybe like one post of me, or like even like a story, or like I'm saying, like literally like my hand, or like some context that next time could I be in it, like, because you clearly have no problem with posting, so can I just be in it next time? And they had an issue with that.
Yeah,
that's not okay.
That's fair enough. Agreed.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the use of the word presenting
yourself.
It's just because it reminds me of like peacocks or like weird monkeys in the jungle presenting to each other. It's just funny.
But like peacocks present their fabulous tails
because they're single.
To impress.
Exactly.
And if you're showing off your lavish life,
exactly,
that I'm splitting the bill with you, and you're not showing that, I'm a little bit upset. You're going on this lovely holiday, but it could be portrayed as a lads trip because there's no there's no girl. There's no me.
Lads trip.
To
the Ritz. 1-on-1 with my boy.
No, imagine Matt's story was like taking my mum to the Ritz.
Ooh.
I'm like, what the heck?
We need to move on.
No, we don't.
We do. You've written like...
Yeah, I know. Slow replies.
It's not a red flag.
I think it really depends. So I was talking to a co-worker.
The look on your face, and you...
She's going to kill me for mentioning her because she said I can't. But
okay, then don't.
No. But
say it's someone else.
No. I was talking to a co-worker, and she said that when she first started dating her partner, she wouldn't reply for like 2 days. And I was saying that was insane.
Okay.
I've said that to her face, so I don't care.
Is that like intentionally not replying for 2 days?
No, to be fair, she'd just be busy with other things, and like she's not very good to her phone. My sister is also like this. My sister.
That's not a problem.
She won't look at her phone very often. She's very bad at replying. However, I think that's okay with friends to an extent.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to court someone, you're trying to show interest, I think in those initial stages when they don't learn your habits, they don't know that's what you're like, you are looking like you couldn't care less if they are there messaging you or not.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
But I think it's different where I'm with friends, I will send them a text, be like, hey, do you want to meet up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. We set the date. I'm not talking.
Job done.
I'm not talking to you till then because.
Well, yeah.
Like, what's the point? I want to have all of the.
What's the point? Don't talk to me.
I want to have all of the conversations.
And then you see them at lunch, like, oh my god, hi.
Yeah. No, I want to have all the conversation in person, so I'm not like desperate to carry on the conversation. Obviously, if they want to carry on the conversation, I'm not going to be like, actually.
Can we hold this? Save all questions to the meal, please. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And also, it depends like the time frame of when I'm seeing them. But I think with someone you're interested in a romantic sense, I think it should be. I think you should be a faster
There should
reply.
Be some level of interest that makes you want to reply.
And even if you've got a busy day, I think it's just nice to say, "Hey, I've got a busy day." And
Funnily enough,
and I won't be able to reply.
Of communication.
Yeah, and then at the evening, just say goodnight.
Yeah.
Hope you had a nice day. And so I'm not like, oh, you have to reply to me every instant, but to like ignore for a day or two, it feels like you just don't care.
I think ignore for a day. Well, not ignore, right? We're using the wrong word. If you're ignoring anyone at all, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, true.
Right? But if you're preoccupied and you don't actually have the time, or, you know, sometimes you might not be in the right headspace, right? And that's fine. Like, if you are working, if you're busy, if you've got other things to do, if you're tired, it really doesn't matter, right? But if you're getting to the point where you do have time and you just don't want to reply, there's your problem, right? You don't want to do it.
Yeah, that is
true. So slow replies, I don't think that's a red flag. It's definitely not a green flag. I'm not sitting there going, oh, they haven't messaged me in 2 days. Really gets me going.
I love that.
But I absolutely love that.
That really gets me going.
Really, it just gets my gears moving. Right, but it's not like a bad thing. Like, especially, I actually, you know what? I might argue towards a green flag purely because they've got something going on.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're so like free all the time that you can instantly reply every second of every day, but maybe that's a red flag.
What about to be fair,
instant replies?
No, I like instant replies.
If
I'm here for like, because I'm not gonna. I don't do the waiting game. I don't do the where you pretend you're too busy, so you wait like 4 hours, or they waited 2 hours, so you're going to wait 3 hours. I think that's crazy. Obviously. If I'm on my phone...
Unless you're like 14, in which case that is a god tier technique.
I've never been good at it. I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to reply for 3 hours.
Yeah, and then you get bored.
No, but then I'd like habitually open it, because I was never one of those girls that had like 10 unopened Snapchat messages. So I'd hate the message.
It's just a different world.
I'd have the unopened message and I'd automatically click on it because I'd be so used to it.
You just forget. You're like,
and then I'd be like, oh no, I've opened it. I'd hate myself for it.
Obviously.
What was I going to say about it?
I don't know.
But if I'm on my phone and I'm there replying, it'd be nice to reply back if you're also on your phone. Yeah. And then we go, okay, cool, good night, bye. Yeah. Whatever. And then we carry on, and like then I'll get on with my own thing. Or like, for example, I guess I'm a bit more settled in my relationship now, but if I message Matt during the day, I would like a reply when he sees it. Not like I'm not asking for a reply immediately, but I normally only text Matt in the day about genuine questions that I would like him to answer.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Like, what would you like me to pick
But
up
I think
from the
it's
shop?
completely different when you're fully in a relationship living together, because you know you're having conversations in the morning and in the evening, like regardless, right?
that man would kill me if I started having a conversation with him in the morning.
Is he not a morning person?
Do not talk to me.
Fair enough. Well, okay, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. You're seeing each other. You're interacting throughout the day, regardless of what happens in your messages.
Yeah. So I'm not there like, oh my god, he hasn't replied. Like, I wonder what he's up to.
If you were, I'd be very concerned about your relationship.
So, and that's
God, where is he?
We've talked about that since. Actually, we were like, oh, we text so much less, and we've said, actually, I enjoy that because it means when we see each other in the evening, we have stuff to talk about and we can tell each other our days without having already spoken about it.
I think, if you're going throughout your day, knowing you're going to see someone at the end of it and you're still updating them on your day,
I think that's
I'm a bit obsessive, I can't lie.
I know. So
it's a bit much.
I'd say I like that we don't text and don't feel the need to.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Nice
okay, so slow replies and instant replies is always kind of dependent on what your relationship is, right?
Slow replies just because weird.
Yeah, slow replies for no reason is just stupid. Instant replies is
sometimes
I'm gonna say it's like, but also, what else are you doing? Why are you on your phone every time I message you?
Yeah, to be fair, that would put me off.
Like, is it a coincidence or are you just there looking like?
That'd be so funny. Yeah, that'd be
definitely did that. The way you said that.
Yeah.
You would do that. Okay, right. That's 3. We've gone through 3.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Oh,
that.
Searches through your phone.
It's just a red flag.
So this was really funny because I saw this and someone had commented it could be a green flag because it shows they're loyal and they're really interested in you if they're paranoid about you.
So that person's clearly looked through someone's phone.
But what I think is if you were to view it as that paranoia stems from potentially they've done it themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
They've got something to hide, so they assume you have something to hide.
Yeah.
But also, I just think relationships are like the foundation of a relationship is trust
and communication.
Which we'll
say.
Say.
Like that.
Which
like
we'll
it's
say.
Not true.
Which
like
we'll say
I'm not
every
right.
episode.
Well, yeah. It's my thing.
It's true.
Communicate.
Communication is key, everyone.
Exactly. Anyway, searches through your phone. I don't think there's a world in which that's a green flag.
Me neither.
And it's just definitely a red flag.
But like, for example, my boyfriend has my passcode and he can go on my phone.
Yeah.
If his phone's not there or he wants to see something or he wants to get a photo of my phone, I have nothing to hide. But if I were to have like just come out of the shower and I've gone into the room and he's like putting the phone away, that's
a rookie mistake to begin with.
Why are you secretly going through my phone? I don't understand.
I mean, there should be no reason, right?
Yeah, exactly. But also, he has. He wouldn't find anything.
I think.
Fine, but
also, what about the opposite? We're going to flip this like we flipped all of the other ones. What about not sharing your phone password?
I think that is a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if I'm literally like on, like, say, you're driving. And I'm like, oh, I'd like to add this song. What's your passcode?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh no, just put my face in it. Like, just let me just point it at me. Just point it at me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, what's your phone?
Just what's your password?
Yeah, just
tell me your password. Yeah.
Yeah, eyes on the road.
I think not sharing your password is a red flag.
Yeah, same. Because then it feels like you have something to hide.
Don't get me wrong. If we've only been dating for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, then you don't have my phone passcode.
I mean, me personally, there is nothing on my phone.
I mean,
right?
I think
literally there is loads of stuff, obviously, but nothing I care about.
Yeah. I mean, Matt had his Face ID on my phone like a month into us dating or something like that.
Literally, like half of the people I know my phone password.
Yeah.
It's just there. Like, I don't care. Like, there's not money in there for you to take. Like, you're not going to find anything.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that picture of a tree.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Didn't want you to see that one.
That was a really nice tree.
Yeah. I literally don't care.
Yeah, fair. Me neither.
Like it could be honestly, first date. I need something on my. I don't know what the scenario is here, but if it's a first date, I don't care if you have my phone password. You go, write it down for you. There you are.
Yeah, fair.
I don't care. Next, won't share location.
Now, I think... So, I don't know. I think it's fair if it's early in the relationship. But obviously. I like having... So, I like knowing where he is. My boyfriend only recently got an iPhone. Mm-hmm. So, before, we didn't have like Life 360 or anything. So, I wouldn't have been able to see his location. But now we're on Find My Friends. And I actually enjoy it because it means... even less communication for us. I just get to check he's made it to work fine. If suddenly I'm like, oh, he hasn't replied to like my couple random thoughts that I've had that I've texted him, but I'm not that bothered. But then I'm like, I suddenly get that, has he even made it to work? I can just go and check.
No.
And then I don't have to worry about it again.
Yeah.
And also, same when he's been on like nights out, he sent me. I was away for the weekend last weekend, and he was out drinking with some friends, and he sent me this like text being like, "I've drank too much. I'm a mess. Help!" And he spelled help wrong, and I was like, "Oh dear, my God!" I was like, "I'm in Bournemouth. I'm so far away. What do you want me to do?" Obviously, I know he's like just being a silly goose, but also. Yeah. Then I sent him a text being like, oh, like, what's going on? Ha, ha, ha. No reply. And he didn't reply for like an hour.
And that's the point where you go, right, let me look at where it is.
Yeah. He hadn't replied for like an hour. And I was sitting through dinner like...
If his location's staying still and it's by a river, you're like...
yeah. Exactly.
Uh-oh.
So I was like... and I checked and he was like in some pub somewhere. And I was like, okay, so he's fine.
Yeah.
And so, again, I think the location... isn't for me to stalk him in the sense of like where is he?
It's about caring, isn't it?
Yeah, and it means that I didn't have to like be that psycho girlfriend that's like ringing and being like, why aren't you answering me?
To be fair, yeah, it does actually avoid a lot of problems like that.
Yeah, and I just
okay.
And also I share my location with my parents for a similar reason, that I don't text them when I'm home anymore. They just look. Yeah. And stuff like that. So I'm all for sharing location, but that is also because I've not got anything to hide. So if someone did say they didn't want to share their location, I'd be like, oh,
why?
Where
are you going?
Where are you going that you don't want me to know?
I mean, won't share your location. I think if someone won't share their location, it's a bit of a red flag.
Yeah, if you've asked and they say no.
Like, but again, we're talking like properly into a relationship.
Yeah.
Like if you are solidly in your relationship and they won't share their location, it's like, okay, well,
why?
Come on, why not?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? But at the same time, I do respect the privacy. Like that's like, yeah, I don't have to know who you are all the time. And if you are at a good point in your relationship, you should probably know anyway. You should probably know where they are, as in like roughly.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean in terms of if it's an emergency, it's useful. But at the beginning of a relationship, it's fine.
Oh yeah, at the beginning of a relationship, like you don't really need to know where I am.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like if you're like asking so much is pushy, then I'm probably less likely to give it to you anyways, because I'm like, why do you want it so bad?
Okay.
You know,
please
show up.
See you later.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I don't care.
The next one. What does that mean?
Being confrontational.
Yeah. In what
sense?
So
I also so it could be taken two ways, like being very overly argumentative.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know why I did that.
Airing grievances straight away. Because
okay. As in, I've got a problem. This is what it is.
Yeah. So for example, like me and Matt, we very regularly will be like, oh, you said something like just then that I didn't like. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's going to start a fight. I'm just like, oh, I don't like the way you said that. Like I know you're upset for something else, but like don't speak to me in that way or something like that. Like Matt said that to me before when like I'm being grumpy, and he's like, I know you're grumpy, but like I don't want you to take it out on me because I'm trying to help. And even though he's not fighting about it, he's brought it up there and then, and he's been like, I didn't like that. And I've liked that.
Right, okay.
I've liked the way it's not built up in either of us, because then it encourages me to be
so essentially you're saying like it's confronting it as it comes up. So
as and when it comes up,
okay,
we're talking about things.
I understand.
Or being confrontational can obviously be taken as
Aggression,
you're just picking a fight every when. Thoughts, feelings?
I think what you said about like confronting problems head on straight away, green flag.
Same.
I think maybe not in the very early stages of a relationship.
No, again, because if someone every 2 seconds like I didn't like that, then I'd like, right.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But also you haven't got to know the person well enough to even start to consider why or what that actually is. Like it could be a nerves thing, right? If it's the first date, it could be something really weird, right? It could be something completely out of their control. But I think I'm
also
like,
not saying that Matt and I are going at each other every 2 seconds going, I didn't like that, I didn't like
actually,
that.
Look, what you just said there, like let's
you know what?
No,
the way you just interrupted me.
Pointing, no, we're not going to do that.
The four-fingered
the
pointing
eye contact,
over here,
it's not.
It's too much.
Okay, legs crossed, bit weird.
Your posture is really aggressive right now.
Yeah, okay, but it's definitely like, I mean, it's communication, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when you're in a proper relationship and you're going and you're developing in that relationship, saying something bothers you shouldn't be a problem.
No, it shouldn't be.
Ever.
Because the whole point is you guys are in it together, so you want to make each other happy.
Yeah, definitely.
You should never feel scared to have any sort of conversation with your
when
partner.
It starts to come up a lot, like, then something else is a problem, right?
Yeah,
it's not the confrontation that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's maybe you're just not there.
Compatible.
Like maybe it's just not compatible.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so I think half green flag, half red flag.
Beige flag.
Man, I'm just in the middle about all of it and I hate it.
Plays games.
What do you mean plays games? Everyone plays games.
No, but some girls find that as a real red flag for guys.
Okay, but also we're going to have to clarify the games here, because we could be talking about on your phone. You could be talking about like video games. You could be talking about
video games.
Board games.
We could be
okay, specifically video games.
It was video games.
These are important things that we need to consider, because they're all very different.
Online chess is a bit of an ick.
What do you mean? Okay. Right, well, let's just not even go there, shall we? Next section, please. No, okay, right. Plays games.
Yeah.
I think...
Green flag.
Sorry. Plays video games.
Yeah, plays video games.
Green flag.
Green flag.
It's not...
Depends how much, actually.
It's not a green flag, though, is it? Like, you... I mean, I just...
Because to be fair, if it was... If we didn't play the same games... Because I'm coming from, I will also play those games with you, but if we aren't playing the same games, then
if you play games that I don't like, we're not friends.
No, it's not that. It's the if you're always playing it's if you're playing a game and I'm not playing that game and you're playing it all the time, like every 3 minutes you're playing the game, then I'm not here for it. Okay. But if it's a game I'm also obsessed with and we're both like, oh, do you want to play that game again? Then yeah, that's fine because I'm included. If that makes sense.
Okay. I think that's different. I think you're thinking about this in too much of a like proper relationship vibe again. But when you're initially thinking of someone, let's not think about you playing the game with them. The fact that someone plays games, is that a green flag or is that a red flag?
I think it's a green flag.
Yeah, okay.
Because even if you're playing other games, I can see the potential that we could play a couple games together.
Yeah, okay.
Also,
so you're seeing potential.
When I want to play games with like you or Belle or someone, I know that they've got something they can do.
Yeah,
as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, you're not like...
It's a hobby, right, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got a nice hobby.
Someone's got a hobby.
It's an interest that I also share.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Okay.
I think that's a green flag. It just depends.
I think for girls, it's much rarer.
Yeah.
As in from my perspective.
Yeah.
It's much rarer. And I don't know if it's a green or a red flag for me.
Why not?
I think it depends on the kind of games.
Yeah, but find a girl that likes playing games and then she can play games with us.
But maybe I don't want to play games with my girlfriend.
No, but I want to play games with your girlfriend.
But it's like sometimes, right? And a lot of boys will understand this. When you play video games, like the character shift is like completely different. You become a different. I know. Yeah, I know. I have.
There's aggression that comes into our house, and it's scary. I know. I remember the Minecraft server and stuff that happened on that. It's just that was crazy.
I know. It was ridiculous. But anyway, I think playing video games can. Obviously, it can be both, and I'm me. But mainly, it's a beige flag. It's just a non-thing. No. I don't care.
Say she plays like The Sims and Stardew Valley and like Valorant and like I'm literally listing some of the games I play. But
Sims, Stardew Valley, and Valorant are 3 very different games.
Okay, fine.
Remarkably different games.
She plays Sims, Stardew Valley, like more cozier games. And
Valorant's not a cozy game.
I didn't say Valorant in my second one, did I? Okay. I'm saying she plays those, and then you get to play your aggressive game, but you get to play like kind of next to each other.
Aggressive game.
You get to play next to each other.
Literally Minecraft, like building a church.
But you're not playing together. But you can be playing.
It's a hobby you can do at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it's just a hobby. It's not highlighted any more than the other hobbies, right?
But if you met a girl and she played games, would it be a green flag for you?
No, it wouldn't stand out as a green flag.
Why not?
It just wouldn't. I wouldn't care. It's the same as if she reads a book. Nice, I can play my games, she can read a book.
To be fair, gamer boys and book girls go so well together.
But exactly, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a green flag for me. It's cool, like nice. But it's not like a. Okay, fine. It's a green flag. Fine. It's a green flag.
It would be green flag.
But
why is the but?
But if you're playing, I don't know. There's certain games that are like.
She doesn't have to play every game with you.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying like if you're obsessed with something like VR chat, there's something wrong with you. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I get
This is what I'm going for. Like if you're interested in some weird, like no offense, but like different games, then I'm going, okay. Who are you?
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I
mean? Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So, video games. For you, green flag.
Green flag.
For me, lime green flag.
Yeah.
Like, slightly green flag. Board games. Green flag.
Yeah, I like board games. I love a board game. I love a puzzle.
But I think, for me, board games, it usually comes from, like, family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think good families play board games.
Yeah.
Like, you've spent time together as a family, if you played board games.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, maybe you've killed each other when it's Monopoly and someone owes rent, but you've at least spent time together.
My sister is one of the most smug people when it comes to Monopoly.
I'm the most smug people when it comes to board games, and I'm winning.
She always wins.
It never happens. So when I start winning, I'm like, yes. Watch.
Nice.
In Catan, when I've got the longest road and it's just a random map, I've got one house. I'm like, have it. It's not possible. You can never have one house. You start with 2. Sorry. I don't know why I said that.
Okay.
It's just a moment. We're going to move straight past it. No eye contact. What do you mean?
Well, oh my God. I met someone at a party recently.
That's crazy.
And I'm gonna show you. Like him and his girlfriend are sat next to each other, and I'm talking to both of them, and we're talking about how we're all going on this holiday, in June, and I'm trying to talk to both of them.
Do you end up staring in the middle?
No.
Do you cross your eyes?
He was like leaning forward, almost like past her, and he was like staring at me, and I was like,
was he high?
I don't, maybe
it's a party,
potential, but I honestly,
was he just really drunk?
I just thought he had one of the most intense, uncomfortable eye contact experiences that I've ever experienced, and I'm not that big on eye contact. I do a lot of like I'll look at your forehead and then I'll look away. I do a lot of like minimal eye contact, and I get but sometimes I get stuck into I haven't made any eye contact, and then I'm staring.
Need to lock in right now.
And I'm staring,
okay.
and it's very uncomfortable. And I overthink eye contact a lot, so I don't really care for no eye contact. As long as they do look me in the eye occasionally. Like if it's limited.
See, right now I'm overthinking it massively just because we're talking about eye contact.
I know.
Oh, it's stressing me out. I don't care, but just look at my eyes like what? Like just like acknowledge my existence more than a.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, no, outright no eye contact. If you have, like, if you're like neurodivergent and that's something that's going on.
That's the thing. It's fine. It doesn't
literally
matter.
fine.
Because it's just some people are introverted or are uncomfortable with those social cues.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying, like, it is fine, and I suffer from overthinking it a lot sometimes and being like, oh, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Is it obvious that I'm absolutely panicking and like looking at them and then glancing away and looking at them? So I understand it to an extent anyways, so I wouldn't be bothered by no eye contact. But yeah, it was just on one of the lists
I think I don't think you can put that as a red flag.
No, me neither.
Like, it's like, obviously I'd like a bit of eye contact, like, just
if I'm on like a first date, I've dressed up nice. I'd like to be acknowledged. But also,
people get nervous. Like,
that's the thing. Even nerves will get that.
And sometimes I'll just start talking and not even think about it. I'll just be looking over there having a conversation with you. Like, that's happened many times before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friends with exes.
No.
I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't care how it ended. I don't care how you still are in the same circles. I don't care for any excuse. No. You're no longer friends. Yes, you can be in the same social circles. Like, I've met my boyfriend's ex because they went to uni together. They're in this they're in the same group, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that he's going to bump into her. I've met her. That's not my issue. If he was still messaging her and he was still meeting up with her, and if like...
So we're talking like good friends with your ex?
Yeah, I'm talking friendship.
Like acquaintance? Fine.
Yeah, I'm not that bothered. If I don't want him to be... Like, for example, I saw this girl at a wedding. I would hate for there to be one negative emotion at that wedding felt because I wanted my boyfriend to be actively rude towards her.
Yeah.
No. This is a happy day. They ended for a reason. I'm not threatened by her. So, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. And so I'm not mad at acquaintances having to meet them. I'm not upset by that.
I think it's a bit extreme if you're stopping someone from seeing a group of people because of one person, right?
But I'm not having the texting, the friendship, nothing like that.
Yeah. I think that's reasonable.
You've seen each other naked. There's no reason to still be friends after that.
Yep, fair enough. Like anything more than meeting up in group scenarios is a bit much. Yeah. It's a red flag.
Yeah.
We're going to skip over that one.
No, I think it's
what
a fine flag. No. No, this is what I'm saying. It was in the thing. But I think it can be a green flag because I'm moving back.
A green flag?
Yeah, I'm moving back home to be save up.
To clarify, living at home in your 20s.
I think it's a fine thing. What I wanted to discuss was the fact that I'm moving back home in...
It's not a problem.
2 months.
Right. For us, it's definitely not a problem because we're living there. We're both
doing it. It's fine.
Please let it be a green flag.
So, but like what I'm thinking was, I think it's unfair to judge someone on that when you don't know their full
judging anyone on their living situation is a bit extreme to begin with.
I think it's not fair. Apart from the other one that says it doesn't have a bed frame, because I think that is something you can judge someone on. Because I'm not going to lie, if I walked into a guy's room
right,
and there was just a mattress on the floor.
You can initially judge it.
Yeah.
Right, from the off, you can be like, oh, why is that there?
Yeah.
But if they turn around and go, I moved in 2 weeks ago, I haven't bought a bed frame, you're like, eh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there is a moment where I'd be like, we're on the floor. That's crazy. And they've got like the one pillow and the navy blue sheets, and
I mean, you've never seen that before, though. It's only been like TV shows and films, right?
Matt only had one pillow he had to go out and buy another pillow when I stayed.
I rotate my pillows. I don't have one that I stick with. I go, if I can't sleep, it's like, that is gone. Give me the next pillow. They're all slightly different as well.
Oh, nice.
It's really nice. Like, it's a thing that I do. If I can't sleep,
you just yeet the pillow.
I'm on the other side of the bed. The pillow's changed.
Nice.
Now I can sleep.
Yeah, but it's cooler then. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So you've cooled yourself down.
Pillow rotation is a thing.
Yeah, fair.
Can you tell I sleep on my own?
Chucking pillows.
Give me that one.
Size. That's funny.
Okay, so living at home, fine.
Yeah.
Nice. We've got through, 3, 6, 9, 10. 10.
10's fine.
10's fine.
I think it was great. I had a great time.
Good job. Well done, guys.
Alrighty.
You got to the end.
Thank you so much for listening again. We love you lots. And we'll see you next time.
See you in episode 8.
See you in episode 8. Bye.